the team submitted a warrant application to the judges of the pretrial chamber. The judges have issued that warrant, and it's been executed.
It's a request to the Philippine government from Interpol to enforce the arrest warrant. And of course, we comply with our commitments to Interpol. We did not do this because it was derived from or it came from ICC. We did this because Interpol asked us to do it. And we have commitments to them, and we lived up to those commitments.
Hello po mga ka-viral and welcome back again to this YouTube channel. Latest update na naman tayo ngayon. VP Sara Duterte nanginig ng malaman na siya din ang isusunod ng ICC or International Criminal Court. Matibay di umano ang hawak ng mga ebidensya laban kay VP Sara Duterte na isa siya sa makasali sa kasong crime against humanity na hinahabol ngayon ng ICC dahil sa libu-libong katao na biktima ng AJK at Oplan Tokhang ng nagdaang administrasyon. Samantala, Supreme Court ay may hatol na hinggil sa apela ng mga abogado ni PRRD na sina Atty. Panelo at anak ni PRRD na si Kitty Duterte hinggil sa pagpapabalik kay PRRD mula sa bansang Hague, the Netherlands, pabalik sa Pilipinas. Kahapon lamang ay ginulat ang sambayan ng Pilipino sa biglaang pag-aresto ng Interpol through PNP or Philippine National Police paglapag dito sa NAIA kay PRRD mula sa pagbisita nito sa mga OFW sa Hong Kong. Dinala sa Hague, the Netherlands ang former president upang doon haharap sa mga kaso kaugnay sa crime against humanity. Samantala, nakahanda na di umano ang Kongreso hinggil sa impeachment ni VP Sara kung ito ay ipapa-aresto din ng ICC. Ayon kay PBBM ay sinunod lamang nila ang proper procedure ng Interpol through cooperation of the Philippine National Police hinggil sa pagpapasurrender kay former president na isa sa mga individual na nasa listahan ng ICC or International Criminal Court.
The international community expects of us, as the leader of a democratic country that is part of the community of nations. So I'm sure that the details that surround this what has happened today are familiar to you. I just wanted to make very, very clear and give you the facts from for the departure of former President Duterte from the Philippines. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Kanina po ay nagpaabot ng tanong ang mga miyembro ng Malacanang Press Corps at atin po itong sasagutin. Question number 1. Mr. President, meron po bang pisikal na kopya ng warrant of arrest laban kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte mula sa ICC?
Oh, meron. This came in. Actually, it came in. I received it from Secretary Remulla. I received it at 3 a.m. last night, and I looked at it and we went back and forth. 6:30, he wrote me again and he said, we have it already. We have the warrant of arrest from Interpol. And I said, okay, we'll put all our plans into place and sige, let's proceed as we had discussed. Now, that's what happened. So yes, there is a very clear document that will explain that will explain the basis on how we conducted this arrest of former President Duterte.
We will provide the PCO with a digital copy. It has been attested by the Secretary of Justice and the Department of Justice as a lawful and legal warrant. We will publish it after this press conference, and you can use it as reference.
These are, it's very simple. It's a request to the Philippine government from Interpol to enforce the arrest warrant. And of course, we comply with our commitments to to Interpol. We did not do this because it was derived from or it came from ICC. We did this because Interpol asked us to do it. And we have commitments to them, and we lived up to those commitments.
Sir, thank you, sir. Second question, sir. Mr. President, sinasabi ng kampo ni PRRD na unlawful arrest daw itong ginawang pag-aresto sa kanya.
Well, we followed every single necessary procedure. We had a very good basis on which to serve that warrant and to read him his rights. We followed all the legal procedures that are necessary. So I'm confident that if in further examination, you will find that it is proper and correct.
Sir, third question from the MPC. Mr. President, may violation ba ito sa ating soberanya itong pagkaka-aresto kay dating Pangulong Duterte?
No. Bakit naman? Dahil consistent naman tayo. Hindi tayo tumutulong sa investigasyon ng ICC. Wala tayong meron tayong contact sa kanila, natural. Pero no, not on an official level. We didn't help them in any way. The arrest, what we did, the arrest that we did today was in compliance with our commitments to Interpol. It just so happened that that came from ICC. But it's not because it came from ICC. It's because it came from Interpol.
Pang-apat po na tanong, Mr. President, sinasabi po nila na ito ay political persecution lamang at may kaugnayan din daw sa 2028 elections.
2017, when we were still members of the ICC, and it was during the time of former President Duterte. So, I don't see how that can be political persecution on my part, because it was initiated before I even came into the picture. So, that would seem. But once again, we have to recognize that, of course, it's natural for people to put lalagyan ng politika, kulay ng politika. Pero sinundan lang natin Interpol. Hindi natin kinakausap yung ICC. Marami silang hinihingi sa atin ng mga dokumento, wala kaming binigay. Yun lamang, hindi natin mahindian ang Interpol. Pag sinabi sa atin, tulungan nyo kami, kailangan namin kunin itong taong ito. Dahil, kung maalala ninyo, lahat ng mga tumakas dito sa Pilipinas, kagaya ni Alice Go, kagaya ni Arnie Tevez, kung sino-sino pa, pati naman yung mga human trafficking sa Myanmar, pati sa mga madadamay. Sinong tumulong sa atin para makita natin yung mga ating kababayan na inaapi at ginagamit sa masamang paraan? Ang Interpol. Kaya naman, dapat naman tayo, pagka sinabi sa atin, tulungan nyo kami sa ganito, tumulong kayo. Kaya naman, ganun ang ginawa natin.
Maraming salamat, Mr. President, sa paglilinaw ninyo.
In fact, as we speak, protest action is ongoing. Would you like to address the supporters of the former president?
The supporters of the former president? Well, again, the government is just doing its job. Wala namang, it's not because it's one person or another that we do the things that we do. Maybe nung mga nakaraan na mga administrasyon, baka ganun ang ginagawa. Pero para sa akin, hindi naman ganun. Sumusunod tayo sa batas. We are a member of the community of nations. We must live up to our responsibilities, to the commitments that we have made to the community of nations. And that is what's happened here. The politics doesn't enter into it. Bakit? Why he's never going to be a candidate for anything. Why go after him? Di ba? At saka 2017 pa ito, wala pa ako. Civilian pa ako noon. So, this is the evolution of his case, and this is where we end up. Yeah. All right.
Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Thank you. Good evening.
Thank you.
This is what.
Hapon po. Attorney Jill Bungalon. Sir, will you please enlighten us, non-lawyers, regarding doon sa contention ng legal panel ni former President Duterte. Kaya sila nagfile ng petition for certiorari and TRO and now habeas corpus sa Supreme Court na nagkaroon daw ng procedural lapses doon sa execution ng arrest warrant from ICC kasi supposed to be daw, even Senator Cayetano, sinabi niya na yung arrest warrant ay dapat i-validate pa ng local competent court before na i-execute.
Okay.
With respect to that issue, no, I haven't read their petition, no, petition for certiorari and the petition for writ of habeas corpus. But, well, I assume that their contention is that there were procedural lapses in the implementation of the warrant, number one, because according to them, probably the Philippines should not recognize that warrant, no, because we are no longer a party or a member under the Rome Statute. So yun yung sinasabi nila. Well, my understanding of this issue is that the warrant of arrest was validly issued by the International Tribunal, particularly the ICC. And although the Philippines is not a member, is no longer a member of the Rome Statute, but the warrant of arrest was coursed through the Interpol, no? Of which our country, the Philippines, is a long-time member of this organization. And under that, we are duty-bound, we are under-obligated to effect and implement the warrant. So, being a member, meron ho tayong obligasyon, no, na through our Philippine National Police or the law enforcement agencies to implement and effect the warrant. So ginawa lang naman ng ating pong gobyerno yung kanilang trabaho na with the issuance of the warrant of arrest, kailangan nila po yun i-serve kay Pangulong Duterte. At yung sa petition for writ of habeas corpus, of course, they really want the body of President Duterte, no, to be returned in this country. But I guess it should be a matter that the Supreme Court should decide. And also, there are legal remedies available on the part of the respondent, no, on the part of President Duterte. So probably they can file a motion or a petition with the ICC, considering that in a few hours, of course, the president will be turned over to the authorities of the ICC, which has the jurisdiction over the case. And yun po yung mga kailangan natin abangan, ano? And again, as mentioned nga, this is unprecedented. Hindi pa to nangyari before eh. And that is why, well, once and for all, for the Supreme Court to decide with respect to that issue, no? Regarding that procedural lapses. And of course, hindi yung fact na kailangan po i-validate, you know, by being a member of the Interpol, of course, as part of the global community, we should cooperate with respect to transnational crimes like terrorism, cyber crimes, hijacking, human trafficking. So these are crimes that are being committed, no, across the country. For instance, let me illustrate. What if a particular individual, a foreign individual, committed a serious crime, for instance, crimes against humanity, no, in a particular foreign country, at yung akusadong yon lumipad dito sa ating bansa, no, to seek, no, probably para makapag-evade ng justice, para magtago, and the ICC issued a warrant, no, for that arrest of that particular person. So, ano bang gusto mong ibig sabihin? Hindi ba kikibo ang ating pong bansa na hulihin ang isang individual na gumawa ng isang seryosong krimen, no, sa ibang bansa? So, magiging pangit ang implikasyon nito. Baka isipin ng mga mamamayan o ng ibang mga neighboring countries na baka magiging safe haven for criminals itong ating bansa if we will not comply with our obligation under Interpol. So again, we have to respect the legal process. We have to trust the legal process. So yun po yung aking komento patungkol po dyan.
Another question, Attorney Jill, regarding impeachment. Sir, can you confirm na based on the information from the Senate, na supposed to be this day, magkakaroon kayo ng ocular inspection mismo doon sa nire-request nyo na room assignment, pero pinospone daw kasi this afternoon magmi-meeting uli ang prosecution panel regarding the next move on the impeachment against the Vice President after the arrest of former President Duterte.
Well, probably an official request was already sent to the Senate, no, for us to asking the Senate, no, through the Senate President, na bigyan po kami ng isang kwarto, no, in anticipation for the trial, no, wherein doon ho kami tutuloy at doon yung mga paghahanda na gagawin namin bago po magsimula ang impeachment trial. Pero kami pong mga public prosecutors together with the private prosecutors ay nagkaroon po ng pag-meeting, no, kahapon. At ganun pa din yung aming pong paghahanda sa magiging impeachment trial. Of course, yung division of labor or yung assignment of task were already given to the respective members of the prosecution panel. Let's wait and see, no, what would be the next move of the prosecutors dito pong mga darating na araw. But then again, if given the chance, no, mabuti na din po na magkaroon kami ng pagkakataon na makabisita, no, at least parte po ng aming preparasyon yan sa aming trial. We have to be familiarized, no, with the environment wherein doon po mangyayari yung trial. So parte po yung ng aming pong mga preparasyon. Wala ho kaming meeting ngayong hapon.
Thank you, Vic. Janes Capanti from GMA Online.
Good afternoon, sir. About, nabanggit din kasi ni Kong Jude to kanina, yung Pangilinan versus Cayetano na ruling of the Supreme Court stating that the Philippines is still obligated to cooperate with ICC proceedings provided that yung alleged crimes happened during when we were still a party to the Rome Statute and the complaint was filed, the proceedings were initiated prior to the withdrawal. Given this Supreme Court decision, do you think the Marcos government stands on solid legal ground in effecting the arrest?
Well, I think as just to be consistent with what the president said, no, he cooperated with the Interpol, taking into consideration that we have our own obligations to the Interpol, which are separate with that our obligation to the ICC, and I think that alone is already a solid, without even solid basis, without even having to appeal to the jurisprudence set by Pangilinan versus Cayetano, no? Dun pa lang may kuan na. Kasi dadagdag ko lang yung sinabi ni Kong Jill. Maraming, like for example, maraming mga Pilipino ang nasasangkot o di kaya naging biktima ng human trafficking, for example. At marami dito, especially when you talk about transnational crime, ang main actor talaga dito, Interpol. And I think that justifies significantly the need to cooperate with the Interpol in this regard. But nonetheless, even without that, had the administration chose to follow, to apply the provision, to cite the provisions of the decision ng Pangilinan versus Cayetano, that would have bolstered the position of the administration. But even if we don't go there, the decision itself to cooperate with the Interpol provides already a solid foundation, a solid ground for the Marcos administration to take due course, to take the course of action that they have done yesterday.
Baka may additional. Sir, kayo. Others po baka may additional.
Yes, we have to remember that the decisions of the Supreme Court form parts of the law of the land. So with that, the administration has a strong legal ground when, of course, they cooperated, no, with the implementation of the warrant by virtue of being a member of the Interpol, not because we are a member of the ICC. So I think that's clear, no, to everyone. The action was made not because we are a member of the ICC, but because we are a member of the Interpol. And under that, we are duty-bound to act. Of course, we have to maintain our diplomatic relations with other countries. What if, on our side, mangyari din yung ganitong bagay? We want a fugitive, no, who is hiding in other country, and we want that fugitive to be taken. So, of course, we will expect to that particular country to do the same, no, to cooperate, to arrest that particular person and bring that to justice and face the trial in court here or in the International Tribunal.
Second question ko po. The PNP has placed its regional offices and national support units under heightened alert after concerns of potential civil unrest rallies and mass actions following the recent arrest of the former president. Do you find this necessary? Or because other camps are, interpreting this as, sign of, being afraid of the supporters of the former president. Is this necessary, placing PNP units under heightened alert?
I think it's just standard protocol. Kasi when emotions are high, syempre, kailangan nating lagyan ng presence para to make sure that law and order is upheld.
May add si sir. May add pa kayo, sir. Okay na. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Lines Capanti. Sandro Ochona from Billionario TV.
Sirs, balikan ko lang yung question ni Dwight kanina. Is it possible na kaya nangyari yung nangyari kahapon because Duterte was a victim of his own wrong pronouncements? Una, yung hurrying up yung sa ICC during the Quadcom. And then yung pagkala sa ICC, kaya hindi siya pwedeng makulong dito because we're no longer a member state.
Mahirap naman kasi ang sabi ko nga, nasa korte po talaga yan. So, ang hirap din naman na yung accused, ididiin mo. Siyempre, may biktima dyan. Parang ang dating, sila nga ngayon yung biktima. Pero sabi ko nga, nasa ICC na yan. I believe during the Quadcom.
District Representative Jervil Luistro. Representative Luistro, good morning.
Good morning, Karen, and thank you for having me again in your program.
I know, are you starting the campaign already?
This has been my routine since my day one of becoming a congresswoman. So whether with election or otherwise, ito po yung ating trabaho talaga whenever we are in the district here in Batangas. Conducting our regular preparation towards the impeachment trial. We are having this posture of pushing the impeachment trial earlier than pronounced by the Senate President. And we continue to hope that with the other sectors of the Philippines pushing for an earlier impeachment trial, we're hoping that the Senate will change its mind and consider the clamor of the Filipino people to have the impeachment trial even before election.
Okay, but is there a clamor? You heard the report. It seems that in a new survey, 43% of Filipinos don't want the impeachment trial.
In as far as I am concerned, Karen, I am here in the district. Most of the time I am with the constituents, and a lot of people are asking really, when are we going to start with the impeachment trial? I also asked my colleagues in the House, my fellow prosecutors, and they told me that their constituents in their respective districts have the same sentiments and inclination. So in as far as the prosec team is concerned, Karen, we honestly believe that there's really a clamor from the part of the public to proceed with the impeachment trial right away. In addition to that, Karen, we can see from the news, various sectors and groups, and even prominent political figures and legal experts pushing for an earlier impeachment trial. So yes, Karen, I believe that there is a clamor.
Now, former Senate President Franklin Drilon said it is within President Marcos Jr.'s power. It's within the president's power to actually call for a special session. Why do you think is he not calling for one?
Well, I cannot speak for the president, Karen, pero I can surmise that it's because he adhered to the principle of separation of power. He understands that the impeachment is